Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood. I'm here to review J.P. Betancourt's Return of Dark Shadows, Revelations Abound. Revelations indeed. This picks up from Victoria returning from 1971 with Julia Hoffman, and man, it does a lot of things for you because what I'll say is that there's a lot of deception in this one, in this, and I love that because that's classic Dark Shadow stuff. You have deception, deception, deception. I'll let you decide, the viewer, who gives the most deception. When I talk from like just looking at the characters as a reader, I just give my opinion. That's all I'm giving is my honest opinion. That's all I give. When I look at the characters and what I think and feel, that's just my opinion. If you disagree with that, that's fine. Um, just being honest. But I just feel there's a lot of deception in this one, and I like that. I like deception. I'm cool with deception. Um, you have Victoria returning. There's Julia Hoffman. You have Sobahan and David down in the basement. Remember, she's pregnant. Sobahan is pregnant, and I was really concerned for her last time. I was definitely concerned for her this time when her mother coming back to life through time travel, and I thought that was so trippy and awesome. And still here yet, yeah, it's just like holy shit, man, that fucking neat as hell. And her reaction is what you would think is she faints, and David helps her up, and Julia Hoffman is claiming that she doesn't remember. And at first I believed her. I'm thinking, doesn't she? You got me on that one. Guilty. You threw me on that one. I'll plead guilty to that. Um, I think, wait, doesn't she remember? Because I could see time travel's tricky. I blame a lot of other time travel movies I've watched because of this. Because listen, I've seen Back to the Future, all Back to the Futures. I've seen Terminator. I've seen The Time Machine, both versions. I swear to God, I've watched every time travel movie. But with this, I was sort of wondering, did she, with coming through time, couldn't she maintain that memory? And I love what Barnabas does. He's him and David heat with each other is still in this episode too, or episode story here. So I wish we could see this on TV. Um, this would be awesome on TV. Um, I'm gonna lose my place now. No, David and Barnabas, still having heat with each other. I love that. And but again, Sobahan is his adopted daughter, and David loves her to death, and she loves David too. And I really enjoyed the fact that he was concerned for her, but Sobahan. I love Sobahan and Barnabas. Before I know I wanted to get to Victoria and Barnabas, and I will, I promise. Is when I see Sobahan and Barnabas's reaction with what Barnabas did to bring Julia back. I like that she's tore. She's mad at him for being underhanded, but yet she's happy that he brought back her mother, and I like that a lot. I like the tour. And again, she's pregnant too, and pregnant women go through a lot of emotions. Again, I have two kids. I watched my wife give birth twice. My wife had a lot of emotions when she was pregnant. Um, I'm still alive, um, obviously, and so I like that emotion out of her. I love the interaction between Barnabas and Victoria. You have him. What happened? What's wrong with her? I want the Julia who remembers. And I love Victoria's stance. She takes a stand. And, you can't have everything. I did exactly what you wanted to do. I can't guarantee. And I think that's true of Victoria, what she's saying. I believe her right there when she says, look, Victoria can go through time, but controlling what happens in the process of it, I think is beyond anyone's control, unless you're like Professor Xavier or something. And she's not, but she can go through it though, which is cool as hell. And, the fact that she just tells Barney, look, I did what you want. You can't, basically, in a sense, you can't have your cake and eat it too all the time. Like, you've done a lot of things here. And, eventually she leaves to go talk to her son, quote unquote, Curtis. I'll get to them. I love, I was wondering, did Serena Belmore actually love Sebastian, Maggie's son? And that answer was yes. Yes, she does. So I'm glad she loves him. And but I've always told my wife, honesty is the best policy. Serena's not ready to be completely honest with Sebastian about what she's done. Because I think Serena's in fear that if she says anything, one, she's going to die if she says anything. And two, if she says anything, Sebastian won't love her anymore. And that's an understandable character trait. I like that. I love how Maggie Evans is in this. This isn't completely the Maggie Evans. I like how she's a lot smarter in this. And I'm not saying she was dumb in the 60 series. She wasn't, but I like how she's more of a veteran in this sense, in this story. So when Serena comes back with her car, she's suspicious of her. She's heard every word that blah, blah, blah. Serena has said to Dr. Shaw when Dr. Shaw called her. I like that interaction between Shaw and Serena. I love the interaction between Vicky and Curtis. Vicky tells Curtis everything. Yes, I am a Collins. I'm the daughter of Elizabeth Collins' Stoddard. Yada, yada, yada. It tells him everything. Tells him who his real parents are. But Curtis actually understands her and is willing to go with her. I'm curious whether he will or won't still, because I'm not saying, I don't think Curtis is a liar necessarily. I think Curtis is just trying to understand a lot of all what's gone on and what's going to go on, and I like that. Not every character is about, oh, I'm doing this because you want me to do this. I like that. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that Curtis isn't going with her. That's my interpretation. My interpretation. Uh, don't mind me ever. Um, Trying to think if I left anything out. I know I got to get to the end of the seance. Before I do, the police are still looking for Christopher, and again, no ransom's been made. So I'm wondering if there again. I'm on the surface, wondering if there's going to be interference from Barnabas or anything. I don't know. What I will say is, Julia Hoffman can remember it, and I love that she's playing it. She's playing it like she does it, but she really can. That's awesome. I like that. That was I didn't forget. I was just saving it for the end before I mentioned the seance. But that is so cool. I love these characters. Again, I love this to death. I'm a huge fan of this. I'm a huge fan of Dark Shadows. Um, just damn, man. I'm just a huge fan. I like the seance. I'm real curious to what the hell or who the hell came through uh, from that seance. I think that's going to be very interesting what JP does there. Um, so that's my review of Series 9, Chapter 7. I'm going to leave a link in the description box, guys. That's my last video for tonight. I've done technically 3 videos. 3. And I am tired. Good night.